Man, I bought my puppy off of Facebook, flew all the way to Florida just to go pick her up. Let's talk about it. YouTube, what's the deal, man? Welcome back to my channel, man. It's story time again. It's going to be a part two from the Illinois Kennels review, basically talking about how I picked up Miss Jackson and a journey that I had to take to go get her. So basically, after I didn't get the puppy from Illinois Kennels, I was like, man, I'm ready for a pup right now. So what I started doing is I went on Facebook, and I used to always see people post on the Facebook groups like, I'm looking for a puppy, and a gang of people used to comment, with the litters and what they had and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, I'm about to go fishing. I need to find me a pup now. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. Low key, this is probably the fastest way you can get scammed with buying a puppy, because especially when you're new, because you're just dealing with people who just throwing their litters on comments, and ain't no telling if it's a scammer, somebody trying to finesse. You don't know what's going on with the pups. You want to do your full due diligence before you even, purchase a pup. You know, mom, pops, you want to understand, the breeder, what they got going on, what was their vision for this breeding and stuff like that, the pedigrees, the structure of the puppies and stuff like that. I really didn't do too much of that. So basically, I went on Facebook and was like, man, I'm looking for a puppy. I don't think I put my price range or anything like that, but I was like, I'm looking for a puppy. Let me see what y'all got, man. It was a gang of comments, and people started posting their pictures, and I pretty much picked a puppy off of a kennel that posted their breeding banner. I made a decision of, I want puppies off of that litter right there. And the breeder, he was all the way in Florida. So man, me being new to the buying bullies and stuff like that, and dealing with Facebook, man, it was sketchy, but at the same time, I kind of wasn't really as nervous and wasn't too much worried about being scammed. I ain't no dummy, but man, anybody could get scammed when you just dealing with people online. If you don't know them in person, anything could go wrong. And yeah, basically, I started inboxing the breeder, and then we started getting on the phone and stuff like that, and he was showing me the pictures of the puppies, and I was going based strictly off of color. Parents, I looked at the pops, I see moms or whatever, I was going strictly off of color. He was like, what's your budget? I told him my budget, and I pretty much was spending around 35 to 4 bands for a pup. Yeah, he was like, this is what I got right here for that price range. And that's what I came with. I seen the blue tri female. She had the white socks. I was like, yeah, I want her out of all the pups. I didn't look at no structure. I mean, he was showing me pictures and videos and stuff like that, but I was like, he even offered, he was like, man, this is my first pick right here. It was a black tri, and I swear I wanted a black tri bad, but I had already decision to pick the blue tri. I was kind of already locked in. Once he offered me the black tri, I was like, nah, I like the blue tri. And I'm glad I didn't pick the black tri, because my girl, she ended up turning out beautiful. And what's crazy is, off her litter, this is my keeper female, and she low-key like a twin. They low-key like twins. White socks, white line going down the middle and stuff like that of her face. She pretty much done cloned herself. We're gonna see what she turned out to be. Yeah, so I started talking to the breeder and stuff like that, and I was already dead set on the puppy, and I was like, yeah, I want her. I'm like, where you located? Man, he all the way in Florida. I'm all the way in Cali, like on the opposite ends. I'm like, how does it work? He's like, well, you could do the shipper. All right, so the shipping was gonna be like between like 600 to 700. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna deal with let me know. And he had a shipper. He had a shipper that he hooked me up with. I'm like, what's up? I'm gonna deal with the shipper, whatever. Like, cool. So I talked to the shipper, and he let me know. And he was taking too long for me. I was ready to get my puppy or have the date set and stuff like that. So I started looking up airline tickets. How do you fly puppies on a plane, or how can I get them and stuff like that? I started figuring that stuff out. And yeah, I booked me a ticket. I started looking at the prices. I was like, prices ain't that bad. So this was during COVID too. The prices was cool. It wasn't no like right now prices. Oh yeah, they out their mind. But at that time during COVID, prices were smooth to where, like, for the shipping, either I was going to either be breaking even, or pay a little bit more to just go fly and get the full experience. And for me, I was all about experience. I was like, man, forget it. I want to go to Florida anyway. And he was in Fort Lauderdale. So Fort Lauderdale is right there by Miami. I'm like, man, I'm out of here. Man, what's crazy is sent him half the bread off top when I was like, no lock-in low key. Like lock-in should be like 500. I was like, he's like, yeah, just send me half. You locked in. I said half. Man, that boy could have took all my funds, but I'm glad he wasn't that type of breeder. But we're gonna talk about. I got another extended story to that, man. Dealing with the breeder. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. But I was just, man. I guess you could say naive. You know, you shouldn't be trusting people too much like that with some bread. I mean, he had his little IG page and Facebook setup and stuff like that. It seemed legit, but man, a scammer can set their stuff up cool too. But like I said, I was FaceTiming him. I seen the pups. He was sending me pictures, so I felt comfortable. And yeah, I hopped my butt on that plane and I headed to Fort Lauderdale, man. I landed in Fort Lauderdale. I got me a rental, hop in the rental, and I got to drive to his house. So I got to see all the puppies and I got to see the pops. The moms wasn't there. I think he had sold the moms or something like that. But the pops, which was Champion Thor, which was the El Toro son, I got to see that boy. And that was like seeing my first real bully. I was like, that boy had, if he didn't have nothing else, he had neck. You feel me? And he was a champion. Champions don't necessarily mean you the best bully in the world, but you know, he had as far as structure and stuff like that, was pretty much on point. Like I said, he had neck, he had a nice headpiece, and he was only 14 inches. So he was around like 75 to 80 pounds. I was like, man, I ain't never seen no dog like this. That's what had me into bullies off the rip. I was like, I need something like this. And I was already hooked, man. So I chopped it up with the breeder for a little minute. And he was cool, man. He was cool. And then, I pretty much outbounced and I went to go run around and have my little fun in Fort Lauderdale, Miami. I went to the casino. And it was during COVID, man. So I went to Miami. They wasn't really letting people parlay like that. So I didn't really get to, really get the full Miami experience. I went to Miami Beach in the morning time, stuff like that, man. It was a cool, dope experience at that. So look, man, I pretty much flew back. I was happy with my puppy and stuff like that. She was developing good and all of that stuff like that. She was developing pretty good and stuff like that. And yeah, I was happy and I was satisfied with her. I didn't pretty much know what I was going to do with her as far as trying to put her in the show, trying to train her. I was just learning how to deal with a puppy. Man, puppies is a lot of work, especially if you don't want no bad puppy or no bad behavior puppy. I'm gonna say like that, because your dogs is kind of gonna be a reflection of you, your training and how they respect you, and that's off top. Your dogs better respect you, because if not, they're gonna be trying to run all over you. And I got a knucklehead right now, and he be trying every chance he get, he be trying to test the waters, man. I be having to put him in his place all the time, and I ain't talking about I don't beat my dogs or none of that, man. But you got to do certain little stuff that you showing that you chastising them. And when you telling them to do something, they're going to feel like they running stuff. So if you tell a dog something, especially a puppy, and they make sure that you make them do it off top, ain't no running arounds about it. You make sure that they do that, because any type of little they don't do it or something like that, yeah, they gonna think especially a boy, he gonna think he running stuff, and we ain't having none of that. I be placing my dogs on top of their backs and getting on top of them like, boy, you better listen. For real, get in the crate fast, get in that cage. But yeah, so as she started growing and stuff like that, I was talking to the bear. I'm happy, like, look at the updates. And then I'm hitting on some more. You don't really have to keep a connection with the breeders and stuff like that. I don't know. I would just want him to see the production that he had and stuff like that. And I was just happy. And after a while, for some reason, man, he was gone. I'm hitting him. I ain't getting no replies. And he just disappeared, man. I got ghosted by a breeder. I can't believe it, right? I was like, I'm glad I had my paperwork, all of that stuff, paperwork. He did his business right with me, but it was crazy that, you could have been investing into a program and stuff like that, and maybe y'all would have had plans or something to do something down the line and stuff like that with that kennel, or do more business, and it's out of here. And that right there let me know, like, man, okay, this bully game is kind of treacherous, man. You got to be on top of your stuff. And you can't really depend on too many people. You got to stand on your own ground. It's a gang of other stuff in this bully game that you have to worry about and you have to be on point with. Because if not, boy, you're gonna be getting work left and right. You can't be out here too needy. You can't be too impatient because you're gonna work yourself for real. So make sure y'all be patient, man, when you dealing with these bullies. If y'all trying to purchase puppies off of Facebook and stuff like that, try to make sure that that individual has a lot of stuff set up. That's why I came with the YouTube, so people can actually see what I'm doing and they can understand and know that I am a real individual and I'm trying to conduct my business the right way, because this holds you accountable. You still can do bad business, but this holds you accountable to where if you do bad business, man, most of the times people is going to put you out there fast. And if they don't put you out there fast, it'll come on you. It'll come back on you down the line, man. So, man, I appreciate y'all tapping in for me for this video. Man, this was just a part 2 of my Killer Noise Kennel review and how I ended up getting my first puppy. Man, y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Y'all stay showing me love. Man, we on a road to 1,000 subscribers. I got more videos and more content coming, man. Let me know if what other stuff that y'all want to see me doing and stuff like that. I got a lot of stuff in store, man. I appreciate y'all, and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day.